Aisha. How are you? Today we are going to learn about fish, the first vertebrates or animals with backbones to evolve were fish. They now make up about half of all vertebrate species and include many of the most spectacular animals on the planet. Fish are vertebrates that have always lived underwater since the evolution of their earliest ancestors around 530 million years ago. Other vertebrates, including whales and seals, also live in the water, but they must breathe air and they have many other features that show their ancestors were land animals. By contrast, a fish skeleton, internal organs, gills, skin, muscles, and sensors are specialized for aquatic life and they are amazingly efficient. Features of fish. Although fish vary greatly in their size, shape, and habit, and even in their basic biology, nearly all species of fish share some key features such as vertebrates, scaly skin, breathe with gills, live in water, cold-blooded. Types of fish. The term fish covers three groups of very different unrelated animals that share the same aquatic habitat and have many of the same adaptations to it. These are the few surviving species of jawless fish, the bony fish such as tuna, and the cartilaginous fish such as sharks. Jawless fish. The earliest fish to evolve had muscular mouths with no jawbones. There were many types, but today the jawless fish are reduced to around 43 species of lampreys, which have sucker-like mouths lined with rasping teeth. Bony fish. There are at least 32,300 species of fish with skeletons made of hard bone. They include a wide range of body forms such as eels, flatfish, and seahorses, but most have the streamlined shape of this bluefin tuna. Cartilaginous fish. The 1,200 species of sharks, rays, and chimeras have skeletons made of flexible cartilage, the same kind of tissue that supports your ears. Many sharks, including this short-fin mako, are highly efficient predators. Friends, do you know how fish swim? Typical fish swim by flexing their bodies in a series of waves that push against the water. Long-bodied eels wriggle like snakes, but with other fish, most of the movement is near the tail. Rays use a different method, flying through the water with their wing like pectoral fins. Many small fish swim with their body fins, using them like oars. S-shaped swimmers. Most fish propel themselves through the water by using their big flank muscles to flex their bodies into S shapes. The tail fin makes them swim more efficient. Inside a fish, almost all fish spend their entire life underwater and extract oxygen from the water using gills. Their bodies are supported by the water, so the main function of their muscles and skeleton is movement. Their fins help them swim and steer, and the bodies of typical fish are streamlined so that they use as little energy as possible as they move through the water. Eyes of a fish. These are specially adapted to suit the way light passes through water. Brain of a fish. A fish's brain is the organ that controls the rest of its body. The brain is also responsible for the body's movements. Spinal cord of a fish. The spinal cord of a fish is made up of a bundle of nerves that sends messages around the fish body from its brain. The spinal cord is protected by the backbone. Gills of a fish. A fish gills are feathery arches along the side of its head. Gills contain blood vessels that absorb oxygen from water. Kidney of a fish. The kidney regulates water levels and gets rid of waste. Strong muscles of a fish. Strong muscles along the back and near the tail work together to produce the wave-like movement that helps a fish swim. Swim bladder of a fish. The swim bladder is a gas-filled sac inside a fish body. It acts like a balloon to help the fish rise or sink in the water. Mouth of a fish. The fish has to constantly gulp fresh water to keep breathing. Skeleton of a fish. The skeleton is based on a long, flexible spine with slender ribs projecting from it. Separate bones support the fins and form the fish skull and jaws. Scale of a fish. The fish's delicate skin is protected by tough scales. Each scale is separate, but the scales overlap like tiles on a roof to allow movement. Tail of a fish. The tail of a fish is made up of thin, rod-like bones. These bones are joined together to give the tail its flattened shape. Tail fins. Fish tails come in many shapes and sizes. Most sharks have tails with extra long upper lobes that act as extensions of their flexing bodies. The tail of a typical bony fish such as a trout is a symmetrical fan. Tuna and some other fast swimming fish have tall, narrow, crescent-shaped tails, while the tails of ambush hunters such as pike are much broader. How fish breathe. Unlike land animals which have lungs to take in oxygen from the air, fish have gills to breathe in the oxygen contained in water. This process of breathing begins when a fish gulps water through its mouth. The water enters the mouth and passes through the feathery filaments of the fish gills, which are rich in blood. These gill filaments absorb oxygen from the water and move it into the bloodstream. The fish heart pumps the blood to distribute the oxygen throughout the body. At the same time, Waste carbon dioxide in the blood passes out through the gills into the water. If you like my video, like this channel, share to others and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.